and welcome to Unscripted with Antara Garima. And on the show today, we have Dr. Monika Seth. Now, she is a nutritionist, she is a weight loss consultant, and she's an expert in therapeutic diets. We're going to get into that later. Plus, she's also a faculty member in NIND Delhi. Am I right? Dr. Monika, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Antara and Garima. I'm very happy to be sitting with you two beautiful, lovely ladies out here.
We are super excited.
Because we have a long list of questions to be asked.
That's okay. That's
And everybody
okay.
wants to know.
Absolutely, because the minute you hear weight loss consultant, the minute you hear terms like nutritionist, the minute you hear, if I'm not wrong, 24 years of experience there?
Yeah.
So you have tried, tested all the possible diets that have been now there in the market and you just know the formula, right?
Yeah.
So we really have a lot of questions to be
And maybe
asked.
the answer is very, very simple, maybe.
That's
Formula
exactly
could
what...
be just the very simple, basic thing, you know.
Let's keep it uncomplicated.
Yeah, unscripted. All right. So my first question to you is, we just got out of the whole month of Ramadan, Eid, well, everyone celebrated well, and they were fasting for those long hours. Now they're getting back to routine. If you had to give a quick tip and trick to these people who are now getting back to their daily routine but still want to keep the lifestyle healthy, still want to keep the eating habits healthy, what should they keep in mind? Because I'm sure that the body is going to take a little time to get back to the normal routine.
Absolutely. So Garima, actually you answered yourself in the question that the body got used to the way, you were fasting.
Correct.
Okay. Now suddenly you jump into, like the Eid celebration. But let me be very honest, the tradition, this is a beautiful tradition actually.
Absolutely.
Okay, the holy month of fasting, which teaches us to learn discipline and self-control, a lot of things, to natural detox.
Right.
So when it comes to celebration or Eid, it's not only about just, start eating only.
Right.
So maybe you can say a gradual, shift to a normal eating routine. So maybe not suddenly jumping into shouldn't feel that you were being deprived of something.
Right.
So just getting into keeping those protocols of healthy eating, that self-control, eating, small portions, continuing with your exercise, hydration, and not behaving like that as if, this is not going to come again. Eid is going to come again, maybe, after some time. So this is a beautiful cycle which we have to maintain. And I think that's very simple. There's no hard and fast rule or some kind of scientific formula that you have to fit into it that, So just gradual you can say shift, okay? Keeping this in mind that you have learned some beautiful things in this beautiful month, just maintain that.
So I think the takeaway is that anything that's done in a limit, anything that's done in control, and just doing that and following that is something that can get you back on track.
And sticking to the routine of exercising, drinking water, portion controls, and not overeating. That's I always say that.
Yeah. It sounds very easy, but I think it's not when you actually put it into practice, right? It's like, okay, you've got to eat in control, you've got to exercise, you've got to hydrate yourself, because now we are now also getting into summers. Everyone would be aiming that summer body also. People will be out there, not enough of hydration as well. But yeah, if you had to just kind of, in very simple, like how you said that you keep everything very simple and you give simple tips, something that you can really do. Talking about summers here, if you had to give a one advice, or if you had to tell people that you here in Oman where the temperatures are going to go crazy, you're going to be out there driving crazy hours, especially the sales team or people working, long hours at their workplace only, where they're not drinking enough water. What are the things that we should technically keep in mind for summers?
See, first thing is there is no substitute for not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
There's no shortcut or we can't substitute, okay, you're not drinking water, do this.
I have a question on that. What about something like Pocari Sweat or ORS?
Okay.
Is that a good substitute?
See, again, that's what, as I said, I was, that's a good question.
Immediately she's like,
That's,
by the way, I'm not
because
drinking water,
maybe
but
she is doing that.
She came straight from her heart.
See, the first thing, as I said, there is no substitute for the natural things which our body needs. And water is at the topmost level. I mean, the top list, right? The number one thing. So even if you have a hectic schedule or whatever odds you are facing during the day, there is no substitute for water. That is number one. So you need to carry your bottle of water. You need to plan yourself well wherever you are going. And especially in this climate, this part of the world, we need to be
Hydrate
water. We need to be hydrated, water sufficient, or like we should be there always with water. Okay.
I have a following question to that. How much of water is good
Is
and
enough.
what is the amount of it? Some people
Okay,
say have
no,
8
yeah.
glasses, some people
Okay,
have say
okay, okay.
2 liters, some people say 4 liters, detox.
Okay.
All of
So to
that.
cut it, make it, as we said, we are just going to talk very simple and what I practice and what I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Simple. Minimum 8 to 10 glasses, what I say. 10 is the upper limit.
Right.
You
Okay.
don't have to reach to, 10, 11 glasses, not required. There's no need unless there is a therapeutic need. You don't have to go overboard for 3, 4 liters of just water in this form, that form, not required. At least you should be able to fulfill or, do it minimum requirement of just 8 glasses of water.
Which is around 2 liters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is like that jumbo
yeah,
bottle.
and there's one small tip here, because especially people, all you youngsters, as you already said, your hectic schedules, and I can see, I have, my place, my home. So all the caffeine and all that, they feel the black coffee, they make you energized. I don't know what all they feel. So I
It
have
doesn't work.
So okay, that maybe could be the next question. Let me, a small
I'm coming
tip,
on to that. Yeah?
A small
She's
tip
gonna run away
here,
for a
how
minute.
you can balance your hydration. Now, for along with your minimum 7 to 8 glasses of water, the plain glasses of water, I'm saying, okay?
Yeah, okay.
This could be maybe infused, the normal, like in summer,
Cucumber.
little bit of cucumber.
Sometimes.
That's my favorite butter. Your cucumber,
Mint.
cucumber slices, 1 2
Rose
juliens of ginger and little bit of lemon, mint. Beautiful. Just let it infuse and you keep sipping throughout the day.
Right.
Well, that counts as
That qualifies.
that's the
Great.
normal water,
Normal water.
as well.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
But along with that, for every cup of coffee, I'm talking about the caffeinated drinks.
Right.
Every cup of coffee, you need to balance it out with an extra glass of water. Why? Because these are
Okay.
diuretic drinks.
Wow, now I'm doing the math.
You
I think I have to do
So
at
you're
least
not
12
But that's
drinking
drinks.
very
glasses.
simple. That will at least keep up the level of minimum
Right.
8 to 9 glasses per day. Otherwise, what you're doing, you're not even doing the basic requirement maybe, and then you're further dehydrating your body
Right.
by drinking. And this coffee, I'm not saying that you don't drink this. No, it's okay, fine. It does work.
Right.
It does have some benefits. Definitely, some
Right.
scientific benefits are there.
Right.
But then you need to, when we are
Balance it
talking
out.
about hydration, especially in this hot climate.
Right.
So that's very easy. I mean, very simple maths.
Right. What's your take on having water with meals? I see a lot of people okay, I am coming from seeing all this content on social media. One post says that you should not be having water before your meal, you should not be having water while you're eating, you should not be having water immediately after eating.
Okay.
You have 24 years of experience. You
Okay.
tell me what is true and what is not.
Okay, Garima, see, to be very honest, for this such a simple thing, more than any science or experience, if you ask my take on this, I'm going to share, apart from whatever is going on the social media, with due respect, I'm not against any approach or anything. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Maybe
we
something has worked for other,
Yeah.
maybe some people. But scientifically, and what works for me and for my patients that I have seen, you should not drink water along with your meals, number one. There has to be a gap, a minimum 30 minutes of gap before your meals,
Okay.
when you drink a glass of water, and after your meals. And one single one-liner scientific answer could be, maybe you could ask why. It is because, see, when you eat food, body is beautifully designed by nature, okay? A lot of science is inside. A lot of things, we don't even know. But very scientific, very beautifully, each and every system works. So when we're eating food, the digestion process, there's a lot of literature going on about the gut health and all. So digestive juices, right? And the moment you put anything in your mouth, from there, the process of digestion starts. So when you drink water, either just immediately before or after the meals or along with the meals, okay, you are diluting the digestive juices, which are actually going to work towards towards better digestion and absorption,
Right.
and make you, feel better.
Yeah,
But you are diluted. We start visualizing how will that, it will become so thin and dilute, how will that juice work on the food that you've eaten?
Correct.
What is the result? What is the repercussion? Bloating, heaviness, indigestion. Then you will not feel hungry till your next meal. You will say, no, I'm full, I don't want to eat dinner. I don't want to eat this. So it's again
Yeah.
Right, it's a
spoils
cycle.
the cycle, the natural cycle which your body is actually trained for.
So
The
what
nature
about
is
the things
designed
that
for.
go along? Like some people have chas, or some people will have a little juice. Some people will have lemon
Laban.
water with it, laban with it.
Okay.
So is that
Okay.
also?
See, now in that case, all these drinks, if you are asking the aerated drinks, sorry about that, but all these aerating, the sodas and all, should not be taken at all.
Right.
Because we know again that some chemicals are there, and then what are we? I just explained the natural process. Definitely, it's going to be disturbed. Number one, and yeah, the other thing is the fresh juices and all. See, fresh juices are still okay if you're taking the natural juices, because
Right.
it's after all a fruit, like maybe orange juice and all something. But then again, it's a very vast subject, a subjective matter for people. Some people may get acidity or whatever, but it's still okay because you are having some fruits and all. And laban or the charch, well, that is actually a very good combination. Why? Because what is laban? Laban is yogurt, curd, a fermented product.
Right.
Right.
So again, you now must have heard about the
Probiotics,
probiotics, the gut
yeah,
health, the
yeah.
supplements. Now, laban or yogurt in any form, that is going to enhance or complement the process of your digestion. But again, how do you take it? If you say it's a sugar wala or
Strawberry
maybe
flavor or mango
yeah,
flavor.
not that. No, it should be simple, the homemade, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, little diluted with little bit of some, my favorite, if you ask me, little roasted cumin seeds.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Oh wow, those taste
You
pretty
can
good.
add mint or
but you
coriander
know-
to it.
Yeah, but you know, Antara and Garima, that actually is the best probiotic drink for your gut health.
Wow.
You know, following up on what we were actually talking earlier about seeing things on social media, people reading things online, and as a doctor, I'm sure you would have had a lot of patients who would have come to you and gone like, I've read this on Google. And I think that's the
Yes.
most frustrating thing for a
Yes.
doctor. You're like, that's the reason I'm there. And you
Yes.
don't go on Google.
Yes,
Don't try to diagnose
yes,
yourself.
Antara, yes.
How do you know what is right and what is wrong? Because there is a lot of information out there. How do you know how to differentiate?
Absolutely. Actually, recently, just on a lighter note, I read a post. Somebody had posted what is Googlopathy. The definition of Googlopathy is where where the patient decides and informs the doctor what kind of medicine he needs. Correct
So
me
the
if I'm
doctor is coming
wrong.
for a consultation?
Yeah. So I think that is one thing. Other thing is the other word, something about, you must have heard, doctor shopping.
No, that's
Whoa,
new.
what is
Now,
that?
that I have faced a lot, because what they would do, going to a nutritionist itself, now to still I would say people are, becoming very conscious, and
Right.
a lot of awareness is coming, and they know what is nutrition, importance of nutrition.
Right.
But earlier, long back, as you said, 24 years back and all, or maybe down the line 10, 15 years back and all, nutrition and all, like, what is this? So what they would do, they would Google what is nutritionist, what is it, and they will do all the research on the nutritionist. I mean, on this particular, suppose for example, they have any example, they
Gut
want to
health.
lose weight or gut health or whatever. All the research they'll do on Google, they'll come with the thesis in their mind, and then they will come to a nutritionist.
How much
they'll come
do you
to
know?
me, and it would be initially I used to feel as if I'm being, tested.
Yeah.
Ki, do you know? In fact, I have had cases, where in my clinic, the patients are asking, doctor, I'm doing this, so, but still it's not. So what do you say about this? So all the things they have tried, and unfortunately, sadly, either it has backfired or it has not worked for them, and then they have come to me. So then that time I want to actually tell them, ki
And they're
now-
still pretty arrogant about it.
yeah, they're arrogant, or I would say they're still very confident about it. Now you tell what I've. So now I would say, okay, just hold on.
Yeah.
We need to understand the whole thing. Now we have to start it from scratch. So basically, what is wrong there is everything you have done, but are you able to drink 8 glasses of water? No. Are you getting enough proteins? The required amount of proteins. Are you getting the right kind of fats? Are you getting your sleep
Enough
well?
sleep, yeah.
Are you going for regular exercise? No, all that is not happening. They're still getting palpitations, eyes are, in the morning they're not fresh and all that. So then what have you been doing? So get your basics right. Keep it simple. Yeah. And as Antara said, a lot of information on the social media. See, yeah, even I come across, and so rather on a lighter note, I would say I have to be very, very particular about. I have to be very conscious. I have to do a thorough study, before I post anything on this.
Right.
But a lot of people are doing. See, I'm not saying that anything is wrong or right. We are not talking about that. But I just want to request to all those people who are, where
Watching,
who are
listening.
watching, or I mean, they are
Listening.
interesting in their health. Just one humble request is always take well-informed decisions.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things, maybe tomorrow Antara, maybe or Garima, one of your friend, or maybe your brother, your close or something will say, hey, I have tried this and this has done really well with me. So you also try. No, that's not the right approach.
Everybody is
Each and every individual is different. Even two twins, identical twins also. Same time they're born together, they have different physiology, altogether different, system.
Yeah.
So everybody is different.
Yeah.
That is one thing. So how would Google know? How would the social media know what is right for you, or what is right
And
for
not
me as a
follow it
doctor?
blindly. I had a very interesting conversation recently with one of my friends. Her name is Janki. And we were just discussing casually about gut health, about, our changing lifestyles and what used to work 20 years back and 30 years back for our ancestors or our grandparents and what is different for us. So she said a very interesting thing. She said that how our thumbprint is different for each one of us. Our lifestyle is different, our daily routine is different. Similarly, what is working for me might not work for you, and what is working for you might not just work for me.
Correct.
And what tends to happen here is that on Instagram or on Facebook or any social media platform, when we click on a particular thing and we either save it or watch the video, let's say, for example, if we are seeing some sort of laddus, if we are seeing, okay, and like this is a healthy laddu. So you just see the ingredients and you save it. The next thing you know is the algorithm is working in such a way that it's suggesting you
Absolutely.
different types of recipes of the same laddu, and you're seeing
Absolutely.
it so often that you feel like this is
the
the
algorithm.
thing and I need to have this now.
Yes.
And then you end up actually making some for yourself and even eating.
But one thing I would like to say about this social media or the Google, I would say, I always call it Dr. Google actually. See, it's actually, if we should try to take the best out of it. It's very helpful, no doubt. The AI and the kind of digital world it's picking up.
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Yeah.
Like today, I am able to reach. Maybe I don't have to be present everywhere, but I am able to reach. Through my social media, my Insta, or my my work, I'm able to reach across the globe, and I'm trying my best to at least deliver what is possible. But so all these things we have to the positive aspect, and even Google, a lot of information and a lot of good things are also there. Like on LinkedIn, I always see my fellow workers, my colleagues, and all the doctors and all. They're posting some real good information, girls. Like the latest researches, which creates a lot of awareness. So what I was trying to say is that a lot of information is there. You have to be very selective. You read everything, but then you have to be very, very selective in what you are going to apply on yourself. Because after all, it's your body.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not something okay, you just read and you start doing it. No. It's going to be, it has to, you have to be 200% sure. Before you put anything in your mouth and before you start doing something on yourself.
Can I ask you one thing? What is a good amount of time to see whether this thing is working for you or not?
Okay, you mean to say...
whether that laddu is working for you or not.
Okay, you mean to say if you want to try something,
Yeah.
a recipe... Okay, maybe for example, for gut health, maybe if you want, or for bloating, for example, if I say... I recently posted, one drink of in India long back. Again, our ancestors, grannies, and typical that home remedies.
Right. Yeah.
And let me tell you, I am a hardcore believer of all these that simple our kitchens. Is I think the best cabinet
home remedies and
home
all
remedies,
that.
and it actually works. But again, one remedy may work for me, but may not work for anyone. Okay.
Right.
So, for example, one preparation, one concoction, you make one drink, for bloating.
Right.
That's simple. That carom seeds, fennel seeds, the
Go slow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people who are actually facing this bloating. So, what is the simple thing that you have discovered, and it's coming from an expert?
Okay, so one simple drink which I tested and tried since ages, and God's grace, a lot of my patients have benefited. You maybe what you have one teaspoon of cumin seeds, that is in the jeera.
Yeah.
Carom seeds, the ajwain.
Okay.
Fennel seeds, that is saunf. okay, and little bit of coriander seeds. I may or may not put sometimes. I am very comfortable with the first three things.
Right.
All these are carminative, they have properties, so work very well for your gut. Just boil in water,
Okay.
let it on simmer, and just strain it and keep sipping throughout the day. And half an hour before your meal, half an hour post meal. Especially for those who face bloating and everything, it may help you. So let me answer your first question, that how
What is
long
a
will
good
it
time?
take?
Yeah.
So obviously don't expect for any miracles to happen. First, whenever you start something new, you have to observe for minimum 24 to 48 hours. Technically, for any reaction to happen when we do the allergy test and all,
Right.
minimum 48 hours. Although I feel 24 hours may you get something, but 48 hours may you will be able to know. If you feel 48 hours, the 1 to 2 days, you're perfectly fine. That means God's grace, that thing is
working.
okay with you, not working. That
is
thing
okay.
is suitable to your body.
Right. Okay.
Then you can incorporate that. And maybe like this bloating thing, you may find within 1 or 2 days, you may find the result. Then you make it as a practice. So
Right.
maybe within 1 week or 2 weeks, you may find a result. Okay,
Right.
that's how it is. So, so that was a simple tip. Okay, you can just try. It may work for some, it may not, but you can at least try. Worth trying, I mean to say.
Right.
Then now, since you highlighted bloating, or we talk, so I need to share this with you, that if it is, if you feel bloating, okay, just once in a while, or maybe after eating a particular thing, so you are your best judge. So then, okay, you can try all these remedies and you can manage it well. But when you feel that it is an ongoing thing, yeah, it's there with you always, then you need to address that problem. Maybe your gut needs some kind of correction or some modifications, or it could be your lack of sleep, lack of water, or anything, or lack of exercise, your bowel, anything. So that you need to then consult a professional and get yourself tested, take a proper guidance, and then start working. Maybe your diet, some modifications need to be done.
Yeah.
So that's what I say, that home remedies are very good, but should be done and should be tried, like when you just, like, it's for small things.
Right.
But when you feel that this is a persistent ongoing thing, it's troubling you,
Right.
then you cannot ignore it. You should address it, because gut health is the key to your overall health and well-being
And
Yeah.
happiness.
Happiness.
If gut is happy, you're happy.
Yes. A healthy gut
If you
is
had to
a-
explain in one line what technically is gut health, how would you explain that?
Okay, well, you'll be surprised if I say technically gut health would be okay. Maybe your regular bowel movements, if you're having, your gut is healthy, you're smiling, your skin is healthy, your eyes are not puffy, you're not tired, you're energetic, and you are internally happy. And you're able to eat properly. That means your gut is healthy.
Time to reflect a little bit on all
Yeah,
this.
man, this is like very stressful now. I was like, how many boxes am I ticking
But
here?
could you relate that your hair is not healthy in case you're having a hair fall, or your skin is not glowing? Could you ever? I mean, it's scientifically it's related. It could be your gut health.
Yes, we need to
Yeah.
think
Your
about
gut
this.
health. You are irritable. You are depressed,
Yeah.
or maybe you're tired all the time. You don't want to talk to anyone. It could be your gut health.
Really?
All leads to gut health.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because if internally you are not clean, you are not light, then you're going to take
Nicely
it.
put.
Yeah, I think I'm going to record a separate episode just on gut health with you, because
I
it's got
think
so
so,
many
yeah,
boxes to
yeah.
be ticked right there.
And a lot of information. On
Yeah, that
exactly
needs to
here
be
and there.
shared.
Right,
Yeah.
so you mentioned one drink, right? So now, sometimes it's an entire diet. Like when I was younger, I was obsessed with this whole 7-day diet. I think it was called the GM diet, right?
Oh,
And listen, we've all done
eating
it.
bananas one day.
We've all done it,
Eating,
yes.
eating only vegetables without salt. You talking about the same thing?
Yeah, tomatoes, and then
Guilty as charged.
we've all done it.
And then lost maybe 3 to 4 kgs.
Exactly.
It worked?
It worked.
Yeah, it worked.
But then I put on that weight in 2 weeks
That's
again.
what happened after that?
What? Now, how
I
do
regretted
know?
it the most. That we shouldn't have done.
Exactly. So you always put on the weight back. So how do I know that a diet has actually worked for me? Because yes, I did lose weight, but then
Yeah.
it didn't. I
Maybe-
couldn't keep
is
it off.
Is it also okay? Sorry, but I'll just add one more thing to
Yes.
this question. Your age also plays a very important role, because when we did this some 10 years back or 7
Yes.
years back, it totally worked for us. Today, if you ask us to do it,
It may not.
yes.
So definitely, because you know that, right? When we grow, as we age, the metabolism changes, the BMR changes, the body requirements, everything change. And after a certain age, maybe after 40, 50, after 50, 60, everything starts to slow down.
Right.
That's a very natural, see, that is why what is retirement? Why do people retire at the age of 60?
Because they need to slow down
Because
with their body.
that's the time of rest. Enough you have worked, or throughout your life you're slogged enough, you need to rest. So when you need to rest, that means your body is also slightly, so basically it is a slower, transition from a very fast moving life to a gradual transition before like you completely shut down. So that is how the nature has designed your body. So what you said, it actually it has a scientific reason that what you did 10 years back, that you were pretty young, and hormones also play a very important role. 10 years back, maybe your hormones were maybe in a better health condition, but maybe today, because of your hectic schedules, I'm not saying that you don't have a healthy lifestyle, but maybe hectic schedules, sometimes late nights or erratic routines, maybe you have disturbed your hormones as well. So that will definitely interfere in your how your body is going to burn what you're going to put in your in system, the metabolism overall. As I said, again, the entire cycle is.
So going back to
coming
the
back
first,
But that diet
Yeah.
question,
Yeah.
diet, that's a very interesting and, in fact, a very concerning area, Antara. You just mentioned about one GM diet.
There are lots.
Lots and lots of diets are there. I don't even want to name about it. But to be very honest, being a professional, being a doctor in this field, surprisingly, I won't say, I'm not against any of these diets. I won't say that that particular diet is wrong. Because to be honest, for example, the keto diet, that has been designed by all the nutrition authorities. It's a scientific way. And it's again a type of a therapeutic diet where, it has to be used under professional guidance to treat certain cases. For example, epileptic cases, But it should be done in a very, scientific and a planned and a professional way. But unfortunately, I don't want to discuss that. Again, then, the whole evening will go in that. The keto diet has become a quick fix for, so many things.
Yeah.
For that matter, the GM diet, as you said.
It's such a popular one.
Very popular one. But, as you said, you will lose weight, and then what happens next?
Right.
So one very interesting thing is that all these diets, like even GM diet and all, if it is done in a very scientific way, not suddenly randomly picking up one diet and following. Maybe when you consult a professional, then maybe few things from the GM diet, for example, one day only eating just one particular food. Like as you said, the banana. What do we do in a GM diet? One day only banana, one day only vegetables. Or for example, in a GM diet, one day is only fruits, one day is in vegetables. But if you ask me honestly, that's actually very healthy. That's a very, a smart way to give rest to your body.
Right.
So maybe in between, when you're following a healthy diet, maybe just one day off, just go only on fruits or just on vegetables, or just simple light curd rice. So I'm giving an example.
Right.
But what we are doing is we are just
Randomly.
using it as a
fix.
weapon, as a quick fix,
Yeah.
as a tool to just lose weight.
Yeah.
Without doing it in a right way, and without knowing the repercussions.
So it's basically not sustainable. You
Yeah,
cannot
not at
do
all,
this
not
for
at
the
all.
rest
So the
of
best
your
way
life.
technically would be to actually consult
Yeah.
a dietitian or
Yeah,
nutritionist.
a professional, I would say, who's a certified, who's a knowledgeable, experienced person who
that
can
can take you through
devote
the process.
time, in understanding what you are, who you are, and what will suit you.
Yeah.
So that is how
Yeah,
it
because
should
generally
be.
a lot of people actually do this, no? That they lose that weight, but they'll gain it again.
And maybe more sometimes.
Yeah. So
In fact, if you ask me, I would say you lose maybe just few kgs. Okay, but then you should be able to maintain that.
Correct, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
and don't always fall, prey to these things, that the ideal body weight table. If you ask me, I never see that, follow that. I don't
Right.
have that with me, the ideal body weight exact No, that is not required. That was actually, just a guideline given that you should be able to maintain. Suppose if my ideal body weight is 65, for example, it doesn't mean that I have to be exactly 65 throughout my life.
Right.
It's practically not possible.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't. It can be I may be even way lesser sometimes.
Yeah.
I may gain, maybe I can be 67, I can be sometimes. But I should be able to, I should be healthy overall. I should be able to do my exercise, follow. So that is what is more important. You
have a
may be at an
question.
ideal body weight,
Right.
but you may not be internally healthy.
This is something I've always wanted to ask a nutritionist. They always say that you should, as you said, you don't always look at the number. So they say that you should ditch the scales and instead use a measuring tape. Do you agree to that?
Okay, well, that's also, no, that's actually a very, again, a very scientific thing. I have had a lot of my patients, God's grace, till now, I mean, I won't say that they don't lose weight on the scale also, they do weight, but this is how I, explain my patients also. Sometimes you have heavier bones.
Correct.
Right? Even if you don't go for your BCA analysis and all that, you don't have to do that every time. Sometimes it is required. When there is a therapeutic need, we do, have to come out of the basic or simple things. We need to do all these things. But normally, you don't need to. So maybe when you start, for example, maybe Antara, you or Garima, you may not be looking, if you tell me your weight, maybe. But when you stand on the scale, the number may show a little higher. So it could be two reasons. If it is only for the time being, you could be bloated. There could be some water tension. That is again a medical issue that needs to be addressed. Or naturally, you may have a higher bone weight. Okay, so that means that you may not have the ideal body weight, but you're not overweight. But at the same time, you need to take care. You have to maintain at least the minimum, the basic. You have to keep your BMI healthy, number one. And as you said, the measuring tape, maybe the people with hypothyroid or maybe some other issues, or could be after a certain age, they may not lose that many kgs. It may not show on the scale, but they will lose inches. As long as that inch loss is attained through a healthier and a professional way. It should not be a water loss. Very important. Again, your favorite water restaurant, the hydration. It should be fat loss. How will that happen? Now, these quick fixes which show you weight loss, 6 kgs, 7 kgs. Do you think that's a fat loss? That's more of water.
Right.
And a sudden shock that you give to your body, you starve yourself.
Right.
Right. But you don't know how your other organs may be crying inside.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Antara? Stop.
Yeah. Please eat.
Please
So
eat.
how do you know if you're actually losing water or if you're losing the weight that you're supposed to?
Okay. First thing is that whenever any kind of diet programs, I don't even like to actually call it as a diet. That's something I never use this word. It's healthy eating. Healthy eating programs, when we prepare diet, the charts also, I always tell them it's a healthy eating program. It's the healthy journey with me. So the first thing is, I think initially, maybe first or 2 days, you may feel some changes because there might be a lot of modifications might be there. But eventually, you will feel healthier from inside.
Right.
As long as you don't feel drained out, you are comfortable, you are energetic. Okay, and you are satisfied. You're not craving for anything more. That means you are not losing water. The way when you feel tired or something, that is the first sign of dehydration.
Oh.
Yes, I felt
Even I
that
agree.
sometimes, and
Yeah,
when I drink
agree.
water, I
Yeah.
feel better.
Better, right?
Yes.
In fact, that's
Your
again,
headaches also go away.
yeah,
many
that's
a
again
times.
another one for migraine or headaches and all. You
Yeah,
drink 2 or 3
yeah,
glasses
yeah.
of water.
Yeah.
Like water therapy works very well for migraine or for any kind of headaches for that matter.
Yeah. Water that we take for granted,
Yeah.
we don't give enough importance. And we keep telling ourselves that, okay, we have to have those 8 glasses. But, okay, if you had to just kind of help a person who's really struggling to have those 8 glasses a day, has tried all these infused waters
here.
and everything, how can they really include? They've even tried waking up in the morning and drinking 2 glasses of water that time only.
So you mean to say that in a day, they are not even able to
Have 8
fulfill
glasses.
minimum 8 glasses of water because of maybe any reason could be. Okay. So first thing what you could do is as soon as you get up, it's not that you have to you have to rise early. No, when you get up, Start your day. Okay, few simple things. Start your day with minimum one glass of water.
Okay.
Okay, gradually you can make it to 1.5 or something.
Okay.
So 1 glass morning, done.
Done.
Yes,
Then,
that I've
then
been
you
doing.
do all your things, etc. Busy people,
Yeah.
very hectic routine. These youngsters, teenagers are extremely busy. They don't have time. They are the busiest people on this earth. Okay, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Agree.
So before you sit for your meals or for your breakfast, well, that's again a big question whether you are eating your breakfast or no. So before
come to
anything you
that.
eat, any meal, half an hour. So again, 1 glass before, or maybe before getting ready, another 1 glass. So
Yeah.
2 glasses before you are
Sorted.
right.
Okay,
right?
then that's 3.
3. And then you drive, you go for your work, bottle with you.
Right.
So before you sit on your desk, start your hectic routine, another 1 glass.
Okay, that's 5 now.
Okay.
3 to 4 glasses
Four,
already
four,
done.
four.
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like this, if you do before you're going for a meeting or something, okay. And I think one thing works is put an alarm on your mobile.
phone.
Yeah. I'm telling
Drink
you that
water.
works. I've seen with a lot of
Okay.
my younger patients, it works. Okay, it
After
works.
a while, it becomes annoying. Like, no,
Like,
snooze,
then
I'll do it after 5. Snooze.
there's no water around me.
But then, Garima, it's going to work for you. And then what happens? See, you just have to do, that's what the habit formation.
Yeah.
You just have to do it initially.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
you tell me, how do you train a child? How do you train a baby, for example, potty training or something? Does it happen in one day?
No.
Initially,
you have to do it again
you
and
would
again
feel,
and again.
oh my God, it's what
a
is
task.
happening? It's a task.
Yeah.
But then eventually, the baby will be so beautifully trained.
True.
Automatically, it will happen. So it may take maybe just, I think, won't take more than a week, yeah.
Yeah.
So isn't it worth it?
Yeah, totally. This reminds me of the book Atomic Habits, which says that if you do it like for at least 21 days, it
Yes.
automatically becomes a
That's-
habit
yeah.
and it becomes a routine then.
And
then
it's
you
a-
don't stress over it. It just becomes a
It's
part
a lifetime
of your life.
habit.
20s.
Lifetime
Yeah.
habit. For example, you're talking about water. Like I am very particular about timings. In the sense, like, see, it's a personality, you can say,
Yeah.
maybe people may find it a personality disorder,
No,
very
no,
punctual, I'm
It's a good
over,
thing.
I'm very particular about time. You tell me, like, anything.
Yeah.
If it's 2 o'clock,
It
if
has to
something
be
has
there.
to start, I will be there by 1:50. I mean, that's about timing, punctuality.
yeah.
See, that's all in the mind, discipline.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk about, I'm a nutritionist, so definitely timing, food. I'm very particular, girls, about what
time are you
about, when, like my breakfast, even my tea. Or if I have to have a fruit, or my evening tea. Like today, like now also, okay, 5 o'clock, sometimes 5 o'clock is my. So I'm very particular. So what happens is my body has become used to, that routine, that I cannot avoid that. I cannot delay that. So it will automatically
Automatically.
ask for that.
Okay,
If I have to eat a salad at that time,
You-
my body will actually crave for that bowl of cucumber salad because I have. So that's all about forming healthy habits.
Talking about these lifestyle changes, or let's talk about the schedules people generally have, especially the people who are going to work. Okay, workplaces, what generally happens is either you are stuck in a meeting, stuck in a traffic, busy in a shoot where probably there is someone's time for lunch but is in the shoot which will get over like after 2 hours. So you can't really have a set schedule. Okay. Now, this particular question is for the people who are going to work and don't have a fixed timing for their lunch. And they're not carrying food from home. It's not home cooked food. So they tend to order. Okay. Now, when they order, they want a little variety. So they end up ordering burgers and fries and colas that will come free with it. Because do you agree also to the fact that the healthier food is slightly more expensive than the other options that your Talabadar or Tamdan is showing you on your app?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be. Yeah.
Question here. Now that you know this person, okay? For this person, if you had to give 2 tips, try and implement this in your schedule and this will help you. Water, we've understood. We've got to have water. And now if you don't have access to home cooked food and you don't have a fixed schedule, what should we do?
Okay.
On a daily basis.
Okay, I have had, I think, a number of patients
Asking you this question?
No, we have to
Yeah.
deal because obviously life is, every time it's not so simple also. They may have hectic schedules and all
Yeah.
that. So then my first choice, my suggestion or advice would be any possibility of something simple and healthy can they carry from home?
Fruit.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking you two girls. Any possibility.
Yeah.
When you know ki there the option at you have a hectic routine and the option there will be only not so healthy. Let's not put it. Let's not say it very unhealthy. Not so healthy or
Right.
not so very good for you. So then what would you do? Wouldn't it be much? I would say wouldn't it be better? Isn't it a better bet to spend 10-15 minutes, plan a little bit in advance?
Yeah.
Ki,
Yeah.
okay, tomorrow, okay, I know so something as easy, a bowl, a pack, or maybe a healthy fruit of your choice.
Okay.
Healthy salad. Healthy salads are easily affordable rates available.
Yeah.
Prices anywhere.
Yeah.
How do we make the salads unhealthy by adding lot of
Dressing.
the dressings and all
Dressing,
that?
yeah.
You understand?
Right.
So that is I'm just giving you one simple thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying that you have to survive only on salads. That is one thing. And if you're staying alone or whatever, some pre-preparation, some planning. See, once you're working, things are not going to be easy. You have to plan your day. So we all have to do that, right? If you everybody doesn't have a cook or maid or something, we need to plan ourselves and for the entire family.
Right.
So maybe the night before, before you go to bed, not very, I won't say very elaborate or a very extensive. Some simple planning can be like, as I said, some fruits, salads, or like healthy combos of some yogurts, labans, okay, and oats and healthy cereals. You can prepare simple something, and if you are a desi person, something very basic, something pre-preparation karke on a weekend. You just plan and keep the boxes ready.
Yeah. So
At
it's
least
all about
something is
planning.
better than nothing, no?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and while ordering also, when I say you don't have to order, a very heavy one. Carry your salad and fruit with you, salad with you, and order something, a light sandwich or something.
Right.
See, all this cheese sandwich, vegetable sandwich, a light grilled chicken sandwich is always available, I think,
True that.
everywhere. You
Yeah.
don't have to, don't read the full menu, no? Why do you want to, why do you want a variety there? You need a variety when you're eating a healthy and a balanced diet. What I feel, girls, that there's always, where there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
That's
Yeah.
how. And yes, you have to do. We say na that kuch to karna padega na. You have to. There's
Yeah.
no gain
Until the change happens
yeah,
here, it's not going to happen.
So,
So what's your take on the plate? Like a lot of people say that you should have a smaller plate. The smaller the plate, so you can control a portion size. Then some people say you should try and make a rainbow out of the things that you put on the plate. Okay, so these are all myths or it's a real fact?
No, these are real scientific facts.
Okay.
When we say these beautiful colors and all that, because my favorite fruits, vegetables, it has to fit in the plate. So very beautifully you said about smaller portion. That's definitely my go on, because I strongly recommend and personally follow and make my family also. You can ask my husband; he would say always portion control. First thing is you should never overeat. How will that happen? So there are techniques, the strategies when you do to avoid overeating.
Okay. This is
Smaller
interesting.
portions.
Okay.
Right.
Do not overfill your plate that as if you know ki you will never
no
get a chance to
tomorrow.
eat again.
Right.
There's no
It's
tomorrow.
not like what we do at Pizza Hut when we have to go to the salad counter and have like a small plate.
Yeah. So don't
Even
go.
when you're filling the box, you
Even
feel like, oh my god, I have to
see, even
fill
I
it.
would say even for salads also, don't go overboard. Yeah,
Right.
you'll eat it tomorrow.
Yeah.
The portion, because your stomach, even if it is okay, one very good thing is even if something is very healthy, you can't be overburdening your body. Too much of salad, then your gut health again will go for a toss.
Too much salad is also bad.
Because it's high fiber.
Yeah.
Your body should have the capacity, your body should be smart enough or trained enough to handle that salads.
Right.
All these years you have not eaten a single piece of cucumber and suddenly you load yourself with only cucumbers. Like, forget, cucumber is still very subtle. All these, the heavy salads and leaves only. So you have to, as I said,
Right.
gradually, an excess of anything is bad. You don't have to go overboard.
Do you agree that eating smaller portions but more meals is better than bigger portions? And
Like
say
every
3
2
meals?
hours, they say,
Yeah,
no,
like
that you
eat
should
smaller
have-
portions every few hours. Is that
Now,
actually a good thing?
now, if you ask me, that works very well for me.
Works for
Okay.
me too.
Yeah, because see,
Again,
now again,
yeah, because she has access and she can plan the day.
Correct.
Yeah.
This might not work for a person
for
who has a very
person,
different schedule.
Yeah, and also, I have had patients where I have to plan only maybe, we have to, as you rightly said, they don't have the time in between snacks and I'll just give you a small tip about that. Please do remind me.
Yes.
So there we have to plan the menu in such a way, healthy plan, where it's the 2 meals only. Okay, maybe just the breakfast and lunch, or a very early light snack or something, not a very proper dinner or something. So yeah, we can. That is where it's all about the customization.
Right.
That is again.
That's where you come in.
That's where you are talking
Yeah.
about me. I am telling you how my body works.
Right.
I cannot stay, without. Okay, fasting will be different. When I want to fast on
Yeah.
occasions or whatever, that's okay. That's again, I have trained my body for that.
Right.
As I said, it's all in the mind. Right.
It all boils down to that.
So
Mind and gut.
mind and gut. Actually, the two things that's zeroes down to everything.
Yeah.
Right. So my body, my lifestyle works like that. But again, if your lifestyle demands, so but again, even if you want to follow just the 2 meals, for example, whatever reasons, okay, I would humbly request to all the people out there, it should be done in
By
a
an
professional, scientific, and a very supervised way. Do not play around with your body. You may get some results your friend has done, your cousin has done, she's lost weight, and you may say, okay, it has worked for her, but it may not work for you.
Yeah.
So 2 meals can work, but again, as we said, the concept of intermittent fasting and all that, that's good, but it has to be done in a very customized, personalized, and scientific way.
Unsupervised by.
Right.
Okay, going back to my previous question that we didn't answer earlier. So you said that your body changes, your requirements changes every 10 years. Like I've had friends telling me that, your body will suddenly tell you that you have hit 30. And now people are telling me suddenly you will know that you have hit 40.
And that's not comforting.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, what more can really happen after this? They're, no. The minute you hit 40, suddenly you will know. So first I want to know, what is this sudden thing that happens? Second thing that I want to know, somebody watching you, listening to you right now and is falling under the bracket of 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. 3 things that they should implement right now so that they don't tell themselves that I wish I would have started this earlier. Okay. So first, what really changes these 10 years?
Well, the first answer to your question is nothing as such. If you say ki sudden or some, as if it feels like something is going to, you will not be you, something like that. No, there's nothing like that. Everything, whatever changes are going to happen related to your hormones, everything, it's a natural process.
Okay.
And a gradual one.
Yeah, it's a gradual, natural process, and body and your system gives you enough time to settle or to, shift from that. Like, see, you don't have to think about, okay, now I'm 20, okay, now I'm 20, and now I'll be 30. You just celebrate each and every day, each and every, like we say, teenagers, and then the 20 early, that young, this thing, and then getting married that particular age, motherhood, pregnancy, motherhood, and then late.
So it's the lifespan that you're saying.
So it's a lifestyle. Definitely, all these like menopause, pregnancy, all these phases of life will definitely have some impact on your body and system. That's very natural because see, suddenly, like you, after all, you are actually giving, you are holding a new life in your body. That's what. But there's one, I would say, maybe the men section will be little maybe jealous. Women, see, 3 women sitting here, we're talking about the changes. Women actually, they are like born fighters, yaar. So God has designed our body. Okay, a lot of challenges, a lot of issues may crop up, but we know how to deal with it. That I am pretty sure about it. I'm very confident about it. Okay. So you should be able to, first thing is, don't let anything play on your mind that, okay, now I'm 30, now I'll be 40. What will happen in the menopause? That is, again, it's all in the mind. That is overthinking that you're actually, even if doesn't, because sometimes I've had a lot of my friends and patients who have had such a smooth transition when they've had a menopause. I've had a lot of my patients, my friends rather, very smooth, like they would say, no, nothing. So that also happens. But if you prepare yourself, okay, you're approaching menopause, this will happen. So you're actually inviting the trouble yourself. So just stop stop
Overthinking.
thinking or overthinking. Let it just flow with the natural process. That is my first advice to all of you, all age brackets.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
Then the second thing is, some challenges will come. Like when you say 20 to 30, that is a pretty young age.
Right.
20 years and all
You can do any
lot.
diet, you can lose the weight like this,
you can do
gain
anything.
it again. And
So one tip I think that goes for all age brackets is that no extreme steps required. Sticking to the simple basic protocol, or you can say Dr. Monika's mantra, that the balanced approach. That thing, I think that will answer to all the age categories, and the balanced approach. Right? And what does it mean? Eating a healthy diet, healthy,
Good sleep.
Yeah. So okay, let's put it as a 5-point mantra, because
Yes.
I always tell my patients or everybody my 5-point mantra, and I also talk about when I talk to myself. Okay, now this is my 5-point strategy.
Okay.
So 5-point mantra, maybe let's say the first thing would be eating a healthy and a balanced diet. Now this is a very one-liner thing, very simple, but again doesn't mean eating a healthy balanced diet doesn't mean that you're depriving yourself of all your favorite foods. You can never eat out, you can never party, no. It is, whenever I talk about healthy and balanced lifestyle or a diet, there's always a small room for your,
cheat meals.
or I should say for your, no, it's a part of life, Garima.
Yeah,
For
true
your
that.
favorite,
For your rewards.
for your favorite food, what you enjoy, why you want to deprive yourself. So
True
that is
that.
the first step.
Okay.
Second could be, do not overeat. That goes with all the age group. Okay, maybe sometimes there are, again, the therapeutic needs might be different, where malnourished and all, that's different. I'm talking about the normal. Do not overeat, okay? Just always don't behave as if, even if your favorite meal or normal, as if you're not going to, as if you're going to, today is the last day that you're going to eat.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
behave.
Okay,
So do not
that's
overeat. Number 2. Then number 3, exercise. This is again a very, very
100%.
vast and most misunderstood topic, I would say. I have seen friends and people who would be either overly exercising. Again, as I said, excess of anything is bad. Over gymming, over jogging, and that also will happen 3 days in a week. They'll be like mad. Over the weekends, full-time gym. But then what happens on the other 4 or 5 days of the week? So it doesn't do any good to your body. Rather, it does more harm. So what might, again maybe, different approaches might be there, different authorities might be there. My take on this is, be consistent. Regular
Absolutely.
exercise, maybe just 30 minutes. Okay, you maybe missed one day, but at least start from the next
Consistency is
day.
key.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Instead of going overboard on just 3 days, and rest 3-4 days are just
And then never getting back to
behaving
it.
like a couch potato, and
Yeah, true that.
that is not the right way. So again, a balanced approach.
Yeah. So eating a balanced diet, making sure that you're not overeating, making sure that you're exercising enough, at least 30 minutes a day.
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
kind
And
of
be
exercise
consistent about it.
Yeah, and being
that you
consistent about
enjoy.
it.
That is
Yeah.
no hard, and all exercises are very good, very what you like. See, anything that makes you happy, I think it
Yeah.
will fulfill the purpose. So number 4, I think, should be
I know it. Drinking enough water.
enough. Yes,
I think that
hydration.
should be number 1.
I think today she is going to be like, the water, okay? But again, before I forget, the therapeutic, because being a doctor, being a medical professional, we are talking about a general population out here.
Right.
Because there are cases, some, medical areas, therapeutic needs, where water needs to be restricted, like kidney cases and all. So, yeah, definitely, right.
right.
Okay, but we are talking about a normal. So, hydration is the key
Yeah.
for head to toe, I think, for your skin, hair, gut,
everything.
everything. So that
Yeah.
covers.
Yeah.
And number 5,
I think I know that also. Having good sleep.
Okay, right.
Good sound
Yeah,
sleep.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
have a question on that
Yeah.
also. Some people say that 6 hours is enough. Some people say no, minimum of 8 hours. Some people
Okay.
can function on 7 hours.
okay, so I would zero down to anywhere between 6 to 8 hours. That suits you.
For all age groups.
For all age groups.
Perfect.
Because I have, 7 hours we say should be, but I myself, I sometimes, because of my hectic routine and a lot of work on, as you said, the digital health and my classes and all, so I may not get sometimes 8 hours. But if that, quality over quantity, no? So even if I get maybe 6 hours, 6.5
Good
hours,
sleep.
good quality sleep, relaxed sleep, and which makes me feel fresh the next morning. See, you will be the best judge. There is no doctor or no science who can tell you that you need 6 hours, only 8 hours, and you need. No, that you
You know your body.
But yes, the minimum basic requirement. Sometimes there might be days that you are able to work, without even getting that minimum 6 hours. But that can, only maybe 1 or 2 days. It is going to come back to you. So do not compromise.
Since we're talking about sleep, I have a few things which I've heard people talk about it quite often. They say that you shouldn't work out 3 hours prior your sleeping time, 3 to 4 hours. You shouldn't have caffeine. You should not eat anything post 7 o'clock if your sleeping time is 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. And they also say that you should eat a banana before your sleeping time. Now,
Specifically banana.
Yeah, banana, because I think the potassium is there. Magnesium, sorry. Magnesium is there.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you got to tell me how many of these are myths and how many of these are real facts. So let's start with working out 3 hours prior to your sleep time.
Okay. Yeah, that is actually, you are saying that there should be, that's what we can put it. There should be a minimum gap of 3 to 4. Yeah, 3 hours is good enough between your sleep time and your workout, because when you work out, exercise, definitely your heart rate, everything's going to increase.
Right.
So your body is internal, again, that internal system, your machinery inside is going to work, or burning everything. So immediately if you go to sleep, now sleep, when you sleep, you are sleeping, but your body is also working. So your sleep mode starts, but your internal mechanism, another system, the next level of machinery starts working. So for that sleep while you're sleeping, externally while you're sleeping, and your internal system, your digestion, your brain, your nerves, everything are working. Everything is going to work. So if you are not giving sufficient time between your workouts, for example, so now that part only, I'm actually trying to explain you in a very, I should say, a layman or a very baby language, that you didn't allow time, give any time to your body, where when you're working out, that time your body has enough, the body's hands are full, settling and the burning and everything, and then the heart rate and everything. So once that is over, then only you should go to the sleep mode where your body has the next level of functions to be done, so that you are fresh, healthy, rejuvenated when you get up in the morning. So that is a basic concept, forget about the technicalities. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Finish this, then I'll
second
go back
one
to this
was
one.
about the caffeine. Not having any caffeine.
That
3
is,
hours
I think, definitely, because why do these youngsters drink too much of coffee these days? All these 12th graders and all that.
Black coffee
because
is
they think, they feel it gives you a kick. Yeah, it does. The temporary kick is there. It will not make you sleepy or drowsy, right? So that is how it is. So you correlate that. So if you take
if they're
coffee,
studying late hours,
so then they may, but again, going overboard, or when then you're harming your body, once a while, or just 1 cup, or let it be for the short span of time, but then you have to
so you should not have any caffeine 3 hours or 4 hours prior to your
not at all.
And not even any meal. So your last meal should be,
that should be, I would say, considering all these hectic routines and all that, maybe. So I would say a little bit of, let me also be more flexible and come out of my concept of exact number of hours or something. So you are saying 3 hours, I would say minimum 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hour gap.
Okay.
I think that's easily doable.
Yeah, totally.
But I would say my take is earlier the dinner, I think the better and healthier life ahead. It actually paves your way for a better sleep, your better morning next day, better gut health, healthier skin,
the whole
the cycle starts.
Right? And how about the banana that you mentioned?
That is, we have actually cases with the insomnia.
And a banana helps.
Yeah, insomnia and the lack of sleepless, insomnia is a very, again, it's a, I would say, as I said, that make sleep your good quality sleep your priority. Do not
recommend this to a friend.
Do not ignore that. You need to address. If it is happening, don't just blame it to your circumstances or whatever. You need to address that.
Right.
Okay. And I'm not saying that you get into the the sleeping pills at all. But the natural remedies. Talk to somebody. Talk to a counselor. As again, the professional guidance comes. Okay. And the home remedies. Banana highly rich in magnesium, so it works well. Because
that insomnia, you can have 2 hours before.
Insomnia is directly related to lack of a lot of micronutrient deficiency. So magnesium could be one of that. Another tip could be cherries. The red cherries, the beautiful cherries.
Yes, they look pretty.
They're pretty good, and they look beautiful, and they do a wonderful job for insomnia.
Really?
Have a bowl of cherry in the evening, but
Okay.
again, not before going to sleep.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that
This is around 6 o'clock, 7
that
o'clock.
protocol
you're saying.
we have to follow.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So maybe around 6 o'clock or 6:30 ka snack, small bowl of cherries. Try this.
Wow.
and
I
you
know
may
who to
get
recommend
a-
this to.
Yeah, there's another one where people say that you should not eat fruits with your dinner or lunch or any main meal.
Post sunset.
And some
Okay.
people also say that you should not have fruits early for breakfast also immediately. They might just get
I
acidic.
heard post sunset. Which one is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so all different questions.
Let's
See,
address
too much
fruits.
information. That's
Yeah.
One answer is that first thing is you should not. Okay, one liner will be leave your fruits alone.
Oh.
Okay.
That
Okay,
means-
don't mix it with a meal.
Okay,
Do
interesting.
not mix with your meals.
Interesting.
That has a scientific backup, foolproof evidence. See, because fruits again are loaded with lot of beautiful natural ingredients, nutrients,
Yeah.
antioxidants, and you say name all these superpower phytochemicals, blah blah blah, all these. Thankfully, that I would say social media has done a wonderful job there. Highlighting, hyping up that. So
Yeah.
that is one that makes our job easier.
Yeah.
So and fruit, digestion of fruit needs a lot of chemistry, a lot of science.
Oh.
Okay. So and all the fruits, like for example a banana, an apple, all the fruits have different biochemistry, biocomposition altogether. Different enzymes need to be, the body needs, and for their digestion, and minimum 2 to 3 hours are required.
Yeah.
So do not mix, fruits with any other meal. So one thing what would happen is that the fruit will digest maybe earlier because the acidic fruits and all. Other, like if you have eaten a bowl of rice or something, that will take its own course of time. So that will remain undigested.
Right.
So it will be pushed upward. So that is again a lot of technicalities involved. So what I'm saying is that's a different food group. Fruits should be kept
alone.
and enjoyed alone.
And no juices. It's better to
Yeah,
have it
see
as a
what
whole.
I would say, Garima, we all know, my take on this is fresh fruit is always a healthier option than a fresh glass of juice. Although we know a fresh glass of orange juice will have a lot of calcium, no doubt, loads of, vitamin C.
Yeah,
I agree.
right.
But, but then what about the sugar? Although yes, fruit sugar is healthier. I know, I mean, all those are technicalities better. Where we can say we can defy that fresh juices are better than healthy juice. See, or we put it, fresh juices are better options than all these packaged juices.
Agreed,
Definitely.
Fresh
Fresh juices may be a healthier option than your aerated drinks.
For
Okay.
sure.
But given a choice between a fruit and a fruit juice,
Fruit is
comes.
always a.
What about
definitely.
frozen fruits?
Okay, that's also a good question because a lot of people see it again. Simple, natural, and easy. Whatever you're getting, the locally seasonal.
Yeah.
Why do you think we used to back home in India? We enjoy mangoes only in summers.
Ooh, you just touched
So there is a science behind it, right? So a lot of
Right.
things. So that is what natural, local, and
Seasonal.
fresh, very healthy, very important. But at the same time, I wouldn't talk anything against, or I'm not against any frozen vegetables or something, because I would say something is better than nothing. Like especially also, one very important thing I think I forgot in between we missed, that the routines with the hectic schedule, sometimes it is not possible, as you said.
Yeah.
So I would say you don't have to be a perfectionist, yaar. You don't have to follow each and everything. Ki this time, today I didn't eat. It's okay. Sometimes you may miss. Even if you're able to do 60%, 70%, at least you're able to do something.
Yeah.
You may
It's a
not
step
be.
towards the process.
It's a journey. You why do you want to look at the ladder from here, and why do you want to look at the top of the ladder from standing? Take the first step.
Yeah.
Even if you're not able to eat all the servings of salads, or as you said, the plate, you may not be able to eat itna serving of fruits, itna serving of grains and all, but try. Maybe
Yeah.
at least one bowl of salad in a day to
Yeah.
begin with.
Yeah.
And, one bowl of healthier carbs, complex carbs, healthy protein. You may do. And, may not be 8 glasses of water, at least 6 to 7.
At least
begin
something
with.
one
Begin with.
box at least. you
So
can-
at times it's okay.
Yeah.
As you said, the routines you may miss.
Yeah.
But at least
So you said that you eat local, you eat seasonal, you eat traditional.
But frozen and the frozen vegetables and all is okay, as I said, because it becomes very handy.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Convenient.
But the nutritional
convenient.
value is going to be pretty much the same.
Yeah, not the same, definitely.
Okay. But it's
Each and every, what do you say, the process. You eat raw vegetable, you eat cooked vegetable, definitely a lot of plus and minuses are there.
Right.
Easily digestible, the cooked vegetable, but more fiber in raw vegetable. But do we need cooked vegetable as well? So you need to balance it out. So it's okay.
yeah.
Right.
Instead of like not eating anything, rather than not, at least you're eating something and try to buy from the brands, where that the labels. I mean,
Trusted
the reliable sources. I always say that
Yeah.
and cook it, make it as healthy as possible. Suppose a pack of the frozen mixed veg, for example.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, very easy, very handy.
Veg.
We do. For example, you want to
frozen
make a
peas.
bowl of your healthy pasta. Quick meal, one pot meal. You don't have time, or so go for a maybe healthy, the whole wheat pasta,
Right.
for example.
Right.
Okay. You don't have time to chop the vegetables.
You take
If
the
you have, you
frozen
can
ones.
plan, as I said, you can chop and keep. Okay. Otherwise, you quickly, lightly steam it and make a nice, healthy sauce.
Yeah.
Okay. And lots of that, and then maybe I think
You're good to
it
go.
saves you from a lot of trouble,
Quick
actually.
and easy.
Oh, so going
But you
back to that- sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so you said you should try and eat local, seasonal, and traditional.
Traditional
okay?
is my favorite.
Right, and we're here in Oman, in
Yeah,
Muscat,
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So if you had to just kind of pick up from the shelf and say that now it's summer season, make sure that you're eating this enough, and you make sure that you're eating for this season, what would those 5 items be
Okay. See,
for our summer season in Oman?
Okay. Now, when we're talking about Oman, okay, so the whatever local thing, the first thing that comes in my mind is dates.
Evergreen.
Yeah,
Because I don't think I have eaten
better dates.
better dates and the variety of dates that
yes.
we get here.
Oh,
You would
yes.
not believe any time, like I would go shopping, or for that matter, my husband. Every time we get a different variety of dates, and even I like even the little raw version of that,
The lighter colored
the
one.
lighter color, which are not that fully ripe. Little that gives a crunch,
Yeah. But
Yes.
for summers, eating dates
No,
is okay?
that's I'm coming to it. So
okay.
what again? It's about the moderation is the key, the portion control. We don't have to like eat dates as a bowl of dessert or something. Just maybe as a, what I would say, as to fight your sugar, because dates are loaded with nutrients. We're not going into the details of the health benefits of. We
Right.
all know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
dates. Okay.
Yeah.
So since Oman we're talking about, and dates, so definitely
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
favorite.
Top on the list.
Top of the list, right?
Yeah.
So maybe as a sugar craving ka, if you want,
Oh,
that's the
yes.
best. Just one date, or maybe one, or maybe 3. The
Like
odd
they have it
numbers.
in the
I like the
tradition.
concept.
Yeah.
Again, as I said, that also, Garima and Antara, when we talk about tradition, if you see any cuisine, any tradition, they always have a scientific reason or a scientific backup. Now here we know it's about odd numbers. It's a beautiful culture. Okay, even if you don't read any researches or the literature about it, what my idea is limiting it to just like they say, okay, 3 is enough. Definitely 3 dates at one time for a normal person is more than enough. It will energize you. And again, the art of portion control. So basically restricting.
Right.
And that 3 dates with the little bit of your kahwa
Uh,
that you locally, that is also very
Balance.
beautifully, the sweetness is balanced with that, and the ingredients is very healthy.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But as you said, summer, we definitely we need to a little,
Watch out.
watch
So in
out.
winters, we can eat slightly more. Maybe we can go to 5. But
Okay,
in
and
summers,
also,
we can...
how about maybe having a very healthy snack or a dessert made with beautiful dessert with the dates?
Dates.
Are you in for it?
Yeah,
Of
oh,
course.
totally, yes.
A
Dates and-
simple date roll recipe.
Okay.
Tested, tried, and I think each and everyone can have it.
Okay.
Okay, few dates, your
Okay.
beautiful dates out here. Lots of dry fruits of your choice,
Right.
healthy fruits, and all I'm sure you're hearing a lot about the seeds these days.
Oh, yes.
Seeds,
The laddus that I was talking about, it
yeah,
has all those
the
seeds.
the seed cycling for all these hormonal
Yeah.
issues and everything, even diabetics can eat and all. Yeah. So the natural sugar from the dates, you don't have to add any additives, nothing. mildly roast. And one small ingredient, my favorite, because I'm a desi girl,
Ghee.
ghee.
Ah.
Roast everything in the ghee, and the aroma, I'm telling you, it will, you know, it will, what do you say, satisfy all your senses.
Yeah.
So very healthily made, it can be kept, stored very safely. You can give it to your children who are staying abroad. So
And then
all
you
those
look
mothers,
forward to even eat
yeah,
that,
all
right?
those mothers who are always wanting what are these teenagers going to eat. So give a big box,
Yeah.
healthy snack, even a breakfast. You have nothing to eat, on the go, 2 rolls maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is, so I think this would be the best way
Yeah,
to
to
use,
start.
and
Yeah,
all of
dates.
us can safely eat that.
Right. So dates is done. What are the other 4?
Okay. The second one, my personal favorite would be the greens. The salad leaves and a lot of variety of greens, I get and I keep trying.
Right.
So that is, I think, especially in summers, I would say, different forms. But again, you see whatever you like. You don't have to force yourself, whatever is available.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
choose yours. A lot of varieties there. So that is, I
true
think...
that. Winters, of course, you get a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of greens and a lot of good vegetables.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Even in summers, a lot of local greens that you see on
in
the shelves.
salads, because summers you need little cool salads and all. So
Right.
that would be
There you go.
really
Okay.
healthy. That
So
would be-
dates, greens.
Okay.
The third one.
Oh my God. And again, my favorite is the dry fruits. I love
yeah.
again, that is one thing. It fits very well in all the healthy programs.
Yeah.
And as a snack or something.
Right.
So different variety. Okay. And different way how you like it. So you like the soaked versions and whatever. So very healthily you can eat
Yeah.
it. But again, one very important thing is moderation is the key.
Right.
Just because it's very healthy, it doesn't mean that you
You go all
replace
out.
it. Okay, you missed your meal, Garima, that you said you're going for a meeting, didn't have time for lunch. Okay, let me gobble down one full box of dry fruits. That wouldn't work.
Okay,
right?
got
so
it.
just
No
handful
cashews, only
of-
walnuts.
Yeah, just handful, variety, and again, the unsalted, the roasted or the plain. I mean,
Yeah.
not the fried,
Right.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's count seeds and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one
Seeds
as,
is again, yeah. How can you
pumpkin
forget that?
seeds and
Yeah,
sunflower
yeah,
seeds
Right.
and
Yeah,
all
as I
these
said in the
sesame.
date rolls, all these seeds would go. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Done.
So we are done with dates. We are done with greens. We are done with
Da-
your
dry
fruits.
Dry
Okay.
fruits. Fourth.
Saffron.
Saffron. Oh.
Those beautiful
little bit.
the strands. I
Yeah.
mean, that is. I think it should be there in every kitchen. It should be there.
Right.
And you
can
can
put it in your
use it.
karak.
You can use it in your the karak teas or your kahwas
Saffron.
and all. Then saffron. I mean,
Yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah.
beautiful?
Saffron karak.
The
Yeah,
traditional,
that's what I'm
beautiful. Okay. And I like to use in my desserts.
Oh,
I do
you
eat-
eat.
I
You're
do
a
eat
nutritionist.
desserts. Yeah. So
We'll get to that.
So a little
Okay,
bit of
and-
strand of that you can
Yeah,
use.
okay.
So there are different ways you can use, and
Right.
it has a lot of medicinal value as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
Then
the fifth one, the
fifth
last one.
was last but not the least.
Yeah.
That is honey.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and you should know how to use it.
Okay.
Again, honey is not a substitute for not having sugar in anything. Always remember, you are having your sugar, your tea without your sugar, but you are thinking, okay, let me add 2 spoons of honey, because no, it's again a beautiful, the ingredient. It has to be used maybe in your drinks or in some desserts. It can be a replacement definitely, but not as a something that you substitute it with sugar and keep on just gulping down simple spoons of honey, because
Yeah.
the pure honey, very good quality, beautiful, the flow, the viscosity
Yeah.
and all is beautiful. So
Yeah. Since we are on honey, and you were also talking about infused water,
yeah.
is a combination of having warm water with a little lemon and honey early in the morning okay?
Something
Because
I
some
used to do as a
people
child
actually,
too.
yeah, because some people also say that it might just get acidic for you.
Okay.
So
It's
what's your
actually a
take on
very
that?
good and a very intelligent question, I would say.
Okay.
Now, as we say, the concept of being acidic, citrus, lemon,
Yeah.
it is a citrus fruit, so it causes acidity, right? This is
Right.
what
Huh.
the concept goes.
Correct.
Okay. I have had patients, there are people where, lemon is a big no. They get the acidity trigger or whatever, so it doesn't suit. That's as I said, the individualized concept or the reaction, the
Okay.
response, right?
Okay.
But when it comes to the combination of warm water and lemon. Again, it's not hot, boiling hot water. It's a comfortable warm
Lukewarm
water.
water.
You don't have to burn your, no. That's also, it goes,
Yeah,
that will again goes against your digestion system.
Right.
You don't have to bother your digestion system so badly. It should be comfortably warm, lukewarm water with little bit of lemon juice, if you say. Now this combination, lemon is acidic in nature, but when it mixed with warm water and taken early in the morning and enters your digestive system, it makes it alkaline, especially in the morning. Now this is a combination. That's why I always believe in healthy combinations.
Okay.
So it, as you said, it will not cause acidity. Rather, it will make your digestive system, make the environment more alkaline if it is taken in the morning.
Oh.
But
Okay.
again, if you are already allergic or you feel that lemon doesn't suit you, then it's a big no. Then you don't want to aggravate your problem. Although you may try maybe once and observe, it may work.
So
And
this combination, honey.
the combination is it is safe and scientifically very healthy, but again you have to try.
See
Test
what
and see
works for
what works for you. That's my mantra. You see what suits you,
Yeah.
and then you adapt it.
See, talking about acidity, we were talking about intermittent fasting also earlier. Isn't ulcers also a problem when you fast for long hours?
I'm afraid the answer is yes. That's why, I was about to say that when we talk about intermittent fasting, we need to have a lot of information, lot of awareness. We need to take well-informed decisions. Okay, intermittent fasting, again, a scientific way. It should be done in a scientific way, but should not mislead the people.
Right.
Okay, that like we the fasting window and the eating window. So I've had cases where eating window means they would eat like they're allowed to eat anything on this earth. But that's not how it works.
You need to plan.
Yeah, need to plan. And when they say fasting window, they are keeping the fasting window. I mean, it's so long. It may actually, damage your the gut and the intestinal walls.
Right.
So that's why again it zeroes down to you need to sit with the professional person, let the guy, the professional understand. Let the gastroenterologist or the team understand your body and system. Maybe you are more vulnerable, or if you are already prone to something like that. So then intermittent fasting is not for you. Even if a healthy person who has to do not jump on suddenly keeping your fasting window to too long.
Right.
Okay, it has to be done in a very strategically smart, healthy way.
Right.
Keeping so early dinner, because even we have had cases, those who are people of acidity, we always advise them to have early dinner so that there is a gap and don't immediately lie down after meals and all that and going for a mild stroll. For all these are technically and practically, scientifically,
Otherwise, the reflux.
the GRD, the GERD syndrome. Okay, but when it comes to when we're talking about the acidity and fasting, so there are cases when we advise our patients, eat your meal early dinner, but maybe little later in the night, if they are having, so we may have to advise them a mild, maybe 1/4 cup of some, plant-based milk or something, or something that suits them, maybe a 1/2 or 1/4 banana. So this is when we are addressing the acidity issues, and when you said the ulcers. So for these cases, this fasting, long hours of this thing should be avoided.
You were also talking about infused water and different types of water. Like one, of course, I understood when you said that if somebody is facing bloating, so that's the concoction that they can use. The other one that in the morning they can try. Is there anything that you practice regularly with your patients? Because you're into therapeutic diets as well. So someone who has a high blood pressure or has diabetes or has these chronic diseases, something that you would suggest that this is something very simple that you can add in your daily routine and you can have it. Like, for example, I remember someone telling me that if you have cinnamon water early in the morning, that brings your sugar levels down.
Yeah.
Okay? Or like how we just discussed, having lemon water in the morning, it helps in the digestive system. Do you have any more such?
One is the cinnamon tea.
Okay.
Is definitely my favorite. Cinnamon, since you mentioned it, it is again a very important ingredient in my kitchen as well.
Okay.
I like to put it in my tea, and the porridges, the cereals,
Yeah.
a bit of that,
Yeah.
and in your salads, and I think cinnamon goes in everything.
Yeah.
So the cinnamon tea and all, it works very well in for your controlling your sugars, maintaining your blood, especially for diabetics,
Right.
and it has a lot of other functions as well.
Right.
So that is one thing. The other thing which I mostly recommend, which works well in, I mean, not talking in one individual case,
Yeah.
mostly works is that bloating, anti-bloating tea.
Yeah.
Simple that the fennel seeds, the carom seeds, the cumin seeds water works very well.
Yeah.
And it's safe for all.
I've also heard someone telling me that coriander seeds water that helps, I think, in thyroid or that water, like
So
if you
as I
soak.
said, as I said, we're not talking about any individual therapeutic cases. Yeah, thyroid cases. To be, in fact, coincidentally, I recently made one video about the
Oh, you
thyroid
did?
health,
Okay.
and I mentioned about the coriander seeds water.
Oh.
So coriander seeds water is very healthy. Very helpful for. I won't say again. Don't fall in
all these things
all
that
these
you-
things that it will cure thyroid or something. No, it's nothing like that. There are a lot of things involved.
Right.
Overall approach and lifestyle and everything. And don't compromise. If you have to take the medication, you have to take the medication.
Right.
So don't compromise on all these things
Yeah.
and start.
But this is
doing
something
all
that you can just add and it's
Yeah.
got no
It
side
will
effects, right?
Complement and
Yeah.
enhance your overall holistic approach.
So all these waters need to be boiled and then done it, or you can just kind of.
see these seeds water and all, because it has to be boiled so that the important nutrients from those seeds come out and mix with water. But the infused water that you mentioned, that I think initially when we said, that is simple. A jar of water,
Yeah.
put little
Cucumber.
mint leaves, little 3-4 cucumber slices, maybe 1 lemon slice, a julienne of ginger, mint leaves. This is my all-time favorite, especially in summers.
Okay.
You just mix it now,
Right.
let it infuse for maybe half an hour, and keep on sipping throughout the day.
Right.
Now this works very well with all of us.
Yeah.
But those who have acidity issues or those maybe sensitive gut, they may feel little. So what they can do, any troubling ingredient, maybe the lemon, they can avoid it.
Right.
They can simply do with little bit of simple water, cucumber slices, mint leaves.
Correct.
Ginger.
Correct.
Okay, maybe ginger doesn't suit you, you avoid ginger. So there is no hard and fast rule that you have to, but
Yeah.
it's actually very tasty and very refreshing.
Right.
That's
yeah.
why.
And then again, it'll help you having more water.
Exactly, because you're enjoying it.
And detoxification will happen,
Right,
a natural
yeah.
cleanse will happen. So
A question from my childhood. So I had this aunt. We're talking about sugar and stuff, right? So she had sugar. She loved sweets. Always the case, right?
we all love sweets.
Yes. So
Who doesn't have a sweet tooth?
exactly, right? So what she would do is she would have whatever she wanted to have, and then she would try to offset it by having Karela juice. What is Karela?
Bitter gourd.
Bitter gourd.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she would have. Does that actually work?
Okay. Now when you now these are two
Very interesting question.
But these are two different questions, Antara. The Karela juice, the bitter gourd juice, it works well with diabetics because
Right.
it has some important nutrients, powerful nutrients, okay, which will fight, against your body's sugar levels, and because that's why it's called bitter. No, it's
Right.
very bitter.
Yes.
So those things, yes, it works.
Right.
So that is, but again, not that it will work as a part of a healthy and a balanced approach. Not that you are, as you said, doing everything else which is not supposed to be done, but you are trying to compensate it by eating a Karela juice. For example, a simple example which I always say is that, I have overeaten today. Okay, for example, I have gone for a party, I was out of control. Whatever I could do, I did there. Okay. For example, then next, and how I am convincing myself. I've seen a lot of,
Yeah.
they're talking to themselves. Heart of heart, internally, they're talking and convincing, no worries. Tomorrow, extra run I am going to do. Tomorrow, 1 hour extra I am going to do. Now, you tell me, how does that even, whatever you have eaten today, that
It's going to take one full week probably.
no, but that one day, for example,
Yeah.
will not make you suddenly fat, or you have done something. First thing is, you shouldn't behave like that.
Right. True.
That's not the right way to behave. As I said, next time you do it, just
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Senses, be each on your senses. But whatever you've done, the damage that you've done to your body, how are you even imagining to compensate it or to nullify it or to balance it by running one extra 1 hour?
Yeah.
That
And
is
then
90%
you know what
of the
happens?
time, they don't run.
You know what happens? They go all out that night.
Yeah.
And then they'll watch, they'll watch their weight
Yeah,
and they'll
yeah,
watch
yeah,
that for the next 2-3 days. And then, hey, nothing happened, so maybe my body can take
Yeah.
this again.
Yeah.
And then they'll do it again. And then what happens is it becomes a habit.
Habit.
And
That's also,
then
I
you see
think,
the
one very
change.
important thing that you said, ki after doing this, they will check their weight. That again, that's not
It's
in my
not gonna
dictionary.
fluctuate that much.
That is again
Yeah.
not my dictionary again. Why should you even have that weighing scale in your, I always tell my patients, throw that weighing scale.
No, you need one.
No, not like that. That's again the balance.
Yeah,
You should
okay.
do it only once in a while when it is required, not after eating so much. Definitely, that time you will be weighing 1 or 2 kgs extra or whatever. That is no indicator or parameter of any of any, I mean, health sign at all.
Yeah.
Just going overboard one day. So basically, that's a wrong habit.
Yeah.
It's all about forming habits.
Right.
Right.
Okay, I have another question. When we go grocery shopping, I have one rule. And the rule is that you should never go empty stomach for grocery
That's a
shopping.
very good rule. No, that's actually.
Because I have experimented
Yeah.
on myself and I tend to pick up a lot of things that are not required in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
kitchen.
yeah.
And I will just pick it up because I'm just like
Absolutely.
kind of hungry. So this is one rule that we go to fill our stomach and then we go grocery
But that's
shop.
a rule, or that I would say that happens for all of us.
Yeah.
You should never go shopping on
Without
an
an
empty stomach, or you should, beware of those foods
Yeah.
which tempt you to eat when you're not hungry, or something like that. And
Yeah.
especially when you're hungry, then
Yeah.
you're gone.
Yeah.
Like you go to, for example, you go to Lulu.
Yeah.
Okay, you will imagine all your dinner and everything is healthy meal you have prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, but you
Yeah.
think, okay, let me finish that grocery
Correct.
shopping and then. But you enter Lulu, and when you come out, all those beautiful aroma of the cinnamon buzz.
Especially the bread.
Oh my God.
Breads, that's what the breads, the
The
bakery,
fresh counter, the fresh food counter.
that just kills you. So can you stop then?
And even if you go in the aisles of like those chips and
That's what I'm
bakery,
saying.
and then you'll be like, yeah.
So then
Yeah,
you will say,
tend
"Kare,
to-
forget it, yaar.
Yeah.
It's okay. One packet will nothing." Or you tend to, maybe if you're thirsty, for example, again the hydration.
Yeah.
If you're too thirsty,
You'll pick up
so
any
what you will do
flavored.
that flavored drinks or the juices, packed juice. So I would say better is either you drink water, carry your bottle, or maybe take a laban, yaar.
Yeah.
That is a better option.
That's healthy.
Or never go empty stomach, yaar.
Okay, so since we're
That
talking about
too.
grocery shopping, what are the things that we should keep in mind, or the ingredients that we should check on the packets, that if this is there, try and avoid it? Like this could be a healthier option for your regular
Okay.
meals and diets.
Now this reading labels, this is a very vast topic.
I know.
Don't
and
think.
and honestly, nobody does this on a daily,
Nobody.
regular basis.
And most of the time they are written so tiny
Yeah.
that they are they're very smart.
Terms
Of
and
course.
You
conditions.
can't even read.
Yeah.
Like person like me, even with my glasses, maybe, so what
Yeah.
people do, I've seen people doing that. They will take a screenshot of that, then they'll zoom and read. So that
That's a
makes
lot of
you
effort.
a lot of effort, and that makes you go crazy, each and every packet.
Yeah.
So basically, that's a very difficult and a tedious thing. And basically, and we have different separate courses, nutrition courses, how to read nutrition labels.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
maybe 1 or 2 classes, and we have to educate the patients and the attenders or the family members how to read nutrition labels. So how do we zero down it? First thing is, keep it very simple.
ठीक है.
Why do you even have to buy so many complicated packets?
Yeah.
Or when you say, if you're not clear, if you're not confident about anything, don't buy. No need to buy. See, the world will not end if you don't buy that particular thing or that particular brand of pasta or that particular. Do something else. That is the first thing that I do. Second thing is, when you read the labels, for example, there are a lot of misleading labels. Sometimes there's zero fat. Anything that says zero fat
No
is
trans
not
fat.
zero fat.
Yes.
It
Like
is-
no sugar, zero sugar.
No sugar
like-
is, or low fat is not always healthy. Okay. Yeah. One important thing when we talk about fat is what you should read is the trans fat.
Yeah.
Trans fat
Yeah.
is the not so healthier version, how it is converted, and a reason for a lot of
Yeah.
diseases. So there you read the percentages. How much that they will be written. Sometimes it is written the hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated. Very tiny thing they will write, where maybe most of the consumers will even, misreading it.
So which is the healthiest option out of that shelf, which is like where it has all these
No,
chips
particular-
and ready to eat from the
You are
packet
talking
itself?
about, she's trying to ask healthier option in chips section. Look at,
Like you don't
how
have
does-
a choice. No,
how
like,
does it even
no, like you
that
don't have a
fit in this
like you
conversation?
have friends coming over. You
Okay.
really have to pick up something.
Okay,
so,
okay,
but you
okay.
still want to pick up something healthy
Okay.
for them also.
Okay. First thing is ki all packets and all this, we can't call it healthy even if it is.
Yeah, I
even
know
if it
anything
is-
that comes out of a packet ready to eat is unhealthy.
I mean, not so healthy and should be kept only when you, as you say, occasionally.
Yeah.
But as you said, as I also said earlier also that, it's not always that we can't indulge or so sometimes some days are
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe go for the baked versions.
Okay.
There are some like there's a
Sunbites.
I don't want to I didn't want to name the brand, the bread bites. That's okay. That's
Yes.
I mean still better. Okay, forget about the preservatives. So okay, now suppose as she
Oh, I
said,
suddenly
Antara,
got the flavor in my
now
hand.
once maybe she loves that. Okay, sunbite she picked up. Now we can make a healthier dip, just a yogurt ka quick dip.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you really want to balance it well, so that is okay. 2-3
Corn chips.
packets. No, that is I'm talking about. I think she'll cover all the chips packet one by
So like
one.
I want one
Huh.
brand that I can
Okay.
eat.
So this
guilt-free.
one, prepare quickly, fatafat quick. You can prepare some salad sticks. You can pick up a bowl of salad as well from Lulu as well. I
That
would
we
say.
have like cucumber
No,
and
what I'm
carrot
saying
and
is
all of that.
balance.
You cut it and you have a dip.
That
Yeah,
balance
okay.
ho gaya na?
Yeah, okay.
So or corn chips, whatever. So the baked versions,
Yeah, got
not
it.
so spicy versions, not so deep fried versions could be. Okay, then there are some rice crackers, and there is one crackers ka version that's my favorite always.
Which is?
The barbecue flavored and all that, the white colored rice crackers. What do you say?
Sky flakes.
I
Sky
think
flakes?
so. No, there's
I could be
another.
wrong.
So that you make it with a dip or top it up with a vegetable karke, or simple low-fat cheese. So what I'm saying is how to make this not so unhealthy into
Interesting,
slightly healthier and a better option.
And more
Right.
delicious
More
also.
delicious.
Right.
Filling.
Right.
Now I have a very important question. I think this will apply to both of us.
Okay, which is?
So we're both vegetarian. I have
Me
tried.
too. Me too.
Hey,
Great. So that
join
means
the club.
3 of us.
Me too.
And I've tried to go vegan also.
Okay.
And honestly, I think the most common thing that all of us get, I'm sure you get that
Protein
too, is
intake.
you're not having your meat and you're not having your fish.
Where are you getting your protein
Exactly.
from? Yeah.
Is
So
it-
how do you actually achieve the protein for a vegetarian? How do you address
See,
that
I am a
question?
vegetarian myself, and I am very happy with my protein intake, and I love my proteins. So this is a misconception, or I would say lack of awareness or lack of knowledge that the vegetarians cannot accomplish their protein needs daily. Rather, I would say that I am able to fulfill, and I can make everybody achieve their protein requirements through a vegetarian diet. I'm not talking about the veganism, the normal vegetarian
Right,
diet.
right.
How? See, there are a lot of the dairy products, the low-fat dairy products, and out of that, yogurt, labans are my favorite. Then we have all the beautiful dry fruits, nuts and seeds in balanced amount.
Right.
Okay. And then we have all these the nuts. I mean the pulses, the legumes. You name anything. The chickpeas, and the
very
dals and the lentils. There are umpteen number of varieties which you don't even have to every time use it as just as a curry or a dal, but you have to use it. You can use it as a salad. As a corn salad, chickpea salad, white chickpea, the black chana salad, the red kidney bean salads, the black-eyed bean salads, curries, salads, the dips, the cutlets. In fact, day before yesterday, we had sandwiches. I had a friend over who's a diabetic, a doctor and a diabetic. I'm sure if she's watching, she'll know. So she came from her work, so I knew that she's a diabetic, so she might be hungry. She wanted to have her tea with me. So I prepared healthy sandwiches for her, whatever ingredients I had. It was a short impromptu, as you said, quickly. Yeah. So I had some boiled potatoes in my house, so a little bit of potatoes just to give, and I had a lot of these black-eyed beans boiled
Sounds tasty.
in my
Yeah.
fridge, mashed. And added a lot of the onions and if you like the tomatoes,
coriander,
the corianders,
lemon.
green chilies, little bit of garlic and ginger.
drooling.
Ooh, yeah, already.
Nicely prepared and grilled it,
Oh.
And I also added a little bit of that green mint, the herbs chutney.
Ah,
the,
nice.
the dip,
Yes,
the healthy
yes.
dressing, what we say.
Oh my goodness.
And
When are you inviting
the
us?
hot, that hot, garam, garam. So now you see it was actually more of you should call it as a protein sandwich.
Ah.
So she didn't even know. She didn't even realize. I said, I'm giving you a very healthy, diabetic, high protein sandwich.
Yeah.
The taste was
but
so.
a lot of times what happens is all the things that you've listed down here, especially for the lentils and the legumes that you're saying, if they're not soaked well,
that's-
it can actually get very gassy, right?
Yes. Yeah, that is
So-
also a very important area which we need to, need to address. Fortunately, I've covered a very long video on this, exclusively devoted to this. The timing of they should be not even soaking. The first step is thoroughly washing.
Oh.
First, you have to wash them nicely 3, 4, 5 times in running water.
Okay.
Then soak.
Okay.
For good number of hours. Again, the different pulses, like the thinner ones, maybe minimum 4 to 5 hours, but
Yeah.
the
Like,
the
kidney
holes
beans
and all
and-
overnight. That's
Yeah.
why our
Yeah.
grannies and moms used to soak overnight.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that is again the tradition goes with the science also.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
the old age practices. And then in the morning, you have to discard that water. And then again 3 to 4 times wash it, rub with your hands nicely, so that because in the night when you soaked, all the gases have been released, so that you have to discard.
So you're talking about minimum 6 to 8 hours of soaking.
Minimum. And then when you boil, that also you can enhance the quality by adding little bit of hing, curry leaves, again all these medicine properties, little bit of ginger,
All that our grandmoms
turmeric
used to do.
and salt. You boil it, so makes it even more healthier, easier to digest and absorb. So
Wow,
I think quickly we have covered the basics of,
Yeah.
but very important, very, very important. Otherwise, it will lead to a lot of again, gut issues.
Yeah.
All right, so next time
So
somebody
we're-
asks us that question, that's how vegetarians survive when we're doing pretty good.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What about vegans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, again, it's a different concept altogether, and a lot of people are doing very well following. It's a good concept, okay. And not talking about anti or pro or something. It's a very good, healthy concept, and research is a lot of researchers have proven, especially the cardiac health and the cancer related, because I think recently I did a class on lecture on meat. Okay, so definitely too much of high consumption of animal protein leads to deteriorated heart health and increased rate of cancer, number one. But again, how do you consume? How meat can be again safely consumed as a not to offend our favorite the non-vegetarian people out there. No, we can, but there are different healthy ways how to balance it out with lots of vegetables and all. So definitely vegan diets have some scientific backup as health aspect. But I personally, if you ask me, I find it that again it comes under a too restrictive diet.
Right.
So maybe practically at times may not be possible, sometimes may not be so easily doable. Okay. So
Might not be
again,
possible to eat healthy.
yeah,
when you're
every time, because then may not be, because you have limited options.
Correct.
You are restricting yourself with, to a certain options only. So, and you may be compromising on some other healthier options at times. If you're not able to, but again, if you want to follow, sit with a professional, design a program, and let the person follow it up with you and monitor, and so that your all other health parameters are under control.
Yeah.
Very important.
Throughout the conversation, often you went back to what the ancestors used to follow, what our moms, grandmoms used to, keep in the kitchen handy and all of that. If you had to pick up 5 very common, easy to follow things, what they used to do and we can also implement, what would those 5
Okay. Actually, there could be, I think, plenty.
Yeah, that's why I'm
which
just
we
saying
all
that
using,
just
very
like
common.
obviously even soaking a lot
yeah.
of people don't do that. They'll just add soda also just for a
when
quick
they want
fix.
to do cooking it in a jiff, you want to cook it, time
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah, but then eventually it does affect your health, right?
It is going to have your protein. Forget about your protein. You will rather backfire your again gut health, and lot of other complications will happen.
Correct.
Okay, and then also lot of chemicals these days, the pesticides. So the outer layer, it has to be thoroughly washed.
Yeah.
It has to get rid of all the, you can say, the pesticides or whatever sprays have been happened.
Yeah. But when we actually go back to how our grandmoms used to cook and how they used to put everything on the plate, they used to make sure that there's a little probiotic there,
yes.
there's
The
a little
balanced-
chutney, there's a little achar, there's
Yeah.
little, you know, like
Little bit of everything.
like season wise, you're eating bajra, you're eating wheat.
Yeah.
So if you had to just pick up those 5 things,
my
that we can really-
my all-time matlab, which I use in my the thing, the first thing would be, as you, okay, maybe you may not count in the soaking part, that goes very well.
Yeah.
The second thing which I have always seen, I think the variety. There always be, it would not be that, okay, one thing you're eating every day. There used to be a lot of variety, that Sunday you have to eat this. Okay, this festival, like this festival means you have to eat this particular meal. Why do you, different cuisines, otherwise, this festival, for example,
for Lohri, you are having
me being a
jaggery
Punjabi,
and
that jaggery combination.
sesame.
Winters, for example, why do we eat sesame and jaggery so much? Because winters, that's a time, body needs that
actually
heat.
comes with Makar Sankranti, so even for gujus.
So how does it, so that is again, something, that combinations. How do you, seasonal, what I say, every month, every season, your diet has to change. Not exactly diet, your food combinations have to change as per the season, because your body is changing, your gut is changing, your body's tolerance is changing. Summer food, cooling foods, hot foods. Like winters why do you eat, there's this carrot halwas and all that, too many of sweets, this heavy meals with desi ghees and all that.
There's a lot of dry fruits.
Lot of it. But summer nobody would even knew. So that is how the traditional thing. And yes, I do follow that. Like winters, for me, if you ask me, going back to my Delhi, my Punjab days, winters means that dry fruit, desi pinni as a Punjabi, that complex, that high fiber, whole wheat flour, lot of dry fruits with a bit of jaggery and ghee. I'm just giving an example, the ancestral thing. And that, yes, that goes well. And seasonal pickles and everything. So that is one thing.
Yeah.
Then the next could be, one very important thing which I always remember, my grandmother. Now I can actually correlate after doing all this into this field. So they were, I think, born, our ancestors, granny, born doctors or scientists, maybe, I would say. Right? That is why maybe the dadima ke nuskes and the remedies are working.
Of course.
One thing I always remember, what they would do is, like when you cut a salad, so you always keep a lemon pieces there.
Right.
So what she would do, that lemon piece, the leftover lemon, she would keep in a plate and then squeeze it on her curry or whatever vegetable. And she would always tell me that we all should do it. And we would like, who would do that, right? That's how, as a child,
kids always like
that. We even added to our dal and rice.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yeah.
So that, and she would always say, ki do that, it helps in digestion. That actually works. That's what we discussed.
Adding lemon to dal rice helps
in digestion and or in any curry, whatever you are eating, but should be done just before, in your plate before eating. It will aid digestion.
This is very
and
also
one maybe the next point or add on to this could be maybe 1 teaspoon of hot ghee, pure ghee, adding to your rice or dal. It tastes nice, increase essential fatty fats, plus it will reduce the glycemic index of the food, lowers the GI value. So makes it a healthier meal. This I remember why your, if you talk to your grannies, they would say, eat desi ghee.
Yeah.
But again, in moderation. I've never seen them eating like that, gobbling. No, they know. And I think the next point would be, which I remember, they were very particular about their portions, I have never seen, the tradition. I have never seen, at least in my family, that they will just overdo. No. Eating slow.
Yeah, I was
eating slow.
32 times.
No, eating slow. Yeah, that is also
mindful eating. It was like
mindful eating, and they would always, and also one beautiful thing, always pray before eating. Do like this or whatever, pray before eating. So all these are like
because
scientific
these days either you have a
reasons.
TV on in front of you or you have your phone next to you. You are checking. You're replying to like. There are multiple things happening, so you really don't know what you're eating.
How much you're eating.
Very true. Back in the day, they never had.
Yeah. And one, I think the last thing, maybe the second last thing could be, again, the water thing. I used to see, at least my house, they would never drink water with the meals,
My mom always used
Never.
to. She would say that don't fill your stomach with water. So
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
finish
that-
what is there on your plate.
And that used to happen now. If
Yeah.
you drink water, after that you feel so heavy and bloated.
That you're not able to finish the vegetable.
So they would also drink maybe after half an hour or 1 hour. So all this science goes on. And last but not the least, exercise. Now they would not go to any gym and all, but they had a very not hectic, a very active lifestyle. The kind of everything they would do, or, on their own, no gadgets, no remotes, nothing.
Yeah.
So I think that is something I would say relate to the traditions.
Yeah.
Everything following, and keeping the family together and staying together, loving everybody.
Yeah, it all boils down to that. Like how they say, that health is wealth. Like how you have a wealth manager managing all your finances, whether
you
they're
need a health
compounding or
manager.
not.
Yeah.
We really need to make sure that we actually paying good
Yeah.
enough
So
and more
invest
attention.
in your good
Yeah,
health rather than
Yeah.
anything else. Invest in your good health today.
True that. Wow. Okay. So before we let you go, we're going to do a quick rapid fire where I'm going to ask you few things where you just quickly have to tell me, is it a go or a no from your 24 years of practice? Is it like okay or not? Okay. So let's say, for example, if I say taking a nap after a meal.
Immediately after the meal?
Okay, after 20 minutes? I put you on the spot there.
See,
Why
what
not?
I would suggest is,
Now say.
I would prefer that immediately after your meals, do not sit here. Let the food digest, do something, go for a 10-minute stroll, kitchen, do something.
Okay.
Do not sleep. Give at least 10 to 15 minutes, that is
Okay.
maybe in the lunchtime. But after dinner, as I said, night time, sleep time, there's a different mechanism altogether.
Yeah.
So that is a big no. There has to be a gap of minimum 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours between eating your meal and sleeping.
Got it.
Okay, on the same line, shower after a meal.
Immediately after the meal? No.
20 minutes?
Why would you even want to do that? Prefer before that and then enjoy your meal, freshen up and then go for a meal. Yeah? That's it.
Okay.
Until unless there is an emergency, we are not. Then it's different thing. But
Yeah.
otherwise, no.
Okay. Gluten-free products, organic products are always healthier than anything else on the shelf.
In one word, if I say no, it's not like that. There's a science behind it. Gluten-free is required for a certain set of people.
Right.
People with gluten allergies, yes, they badly need gluten-free and they need to be counseled, because even if sometimes it says gluten-free, there could be a hidden ingredient in that. So that's what I said. Not always. No.
Okay.
Okay, carbs. Do carbs make you gain weight?
Oh my God, my favorite carbs, please, they have oh good Lord, they have become a villain in everybody's life. Yeah. No. As long as you are, as I said, again, we are talking about a balanced and healthy diet. Carbs, two types of carbs. The simple, unhealthy, the white sugars, the whites carbs should be avoided. And then the complex carb, the healthier version of carbs, yeah, that your body needs. And rather, what I should say, healthy complex carbs as a part of a moderate balanced diet, they are your brain's favorite food. They are the fuel to your brain, yeah. So do not deprive. Until and unless it is a therapeutic need, okay, even if at all you have to do it, cutting down or monitoring the portions, do it under professional guidance. So do not just deprive your body with this complex healthy versions.
Okay, next one. Cooking food in an air fryer is healthy.
I would say, yeah, if you technically, yeah, it's a zero oil, it's healthy. But, okay. Or may I ask you a question on that? Cooking air frying meal, eating a lot portion guilt free, or eating just two nicely ghee ka fried samosas, enjoying?
Moderation.
Because definitely air fryer is a healthier version, definitely,
Yeah.
because there's no zero oil, okay.
Yeah.
But then I have seen, then there you eat guilt free.
Ah.
So
And
then
you just eat a lot.
You lose control.
Okay, but if we eat in control,
Yeah,
and
it's definitely
it's
a easier,
better
healthier,
option.
better option, and you can have more variety. You can
Right.
marinate stuff, and as you said, guests and also definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, especially the hectic schedules of
So air
considering.
fry food is a go.
Okay. Detox diets, are they actually good?
Now, again, this detox diets, they are scientifically designed diets and should be done, under professional guidance, because each and every body is different. Now, a diabetic starts following a detox diet, and then it may really havoc the whole efforts. So, detox itself, the word itself means you have to cleanse your system, like your healthy fasting, 1 day fasting, or this thing. All these are actually the detox plans, but should be done in a very, conscious and a very aware kind of environment where you know what is going to happen to your body and you are doing under a professional guidance. But should not be used as a tool or as a weapon to lose weight or something, or should not be continued for a very long time, I would say, because after all, again, you will be depriving your body of some important nutrients. So 1 day, 2 day, but again, after consulting a professional. That is my humble request, that take well-informed decisions.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Okay, last one before we go.
Yes.
If you had to choose between following a good diet and exercising, which one would you pick?
Okay, you are asking me to pick one thing from these two
One.
things? I'm sorry. I cannot survive, if you take any one thing from my life. I want both the things will go together. And it's not diet, as we said, it's a healthy, balanced eating thing where there is a room for your favorite foods too, right?
Of
Plus
course.
regular exercise, consistent. It can be just 20 minutes walk, 30 minutes walk, but it has to be the right balance in everything what you do. Just because I am a nutritionist, I am a doctor, or I will not put on weight, so okay, I will not exercise. No. Even my body needs, both the things. So we all need the right balance. So we need to look for the right balance in our lives and in everything and in everyday, whatever we do.
Beautifully said.
I know. You couldn't have ended this better than this, right? And coming from an expert right here, whom you can give a quick follow on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and what's your handle?
Health with Dr. Monika.
All right, perfect. So that's what you've got to do. So if you have any questions, more questions than what we've already asked.
Comment section is open.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time and for enlightening
so
us
much.
and breaking so many myths and bursting so many myths.
We've
for
learned
us.
a lot, for sure.
Absolutely.
Me too.
Absolutely.
We all have had a lovely, wonderful time with you guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Until next time, you take good care of yourself and take care of your health. Health is wealth.